Oh God. Vivation. Ah! Wait, out of these three? Existent. Oh, I see. Horror. I get what to do. Oh, who should I go for? 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 Who should I go? Who should I go for? Vertigo. Ah! Okay, going for Yuri. Going for Yuri. Oh no! Doki Doki. Shit. Kiss. No! Sorry. Nibble. No! Crimson. Okay. Frightening. Okay. Heartbeat. God, I'm not getting any for, what's her name? Romance, absolutely. Graveyard. Okay. Dark. What? Scars? Lollipop. Oh no, hopeless. Shit. Yeah, again, Ryan. Glad to see you didn't run away on us. I need to fix that laugh. Nah, don't worry. This might be a little strange for me, but at least I keep my word. Well, I'm back at the literature club. I was the last to come in, so everyone else is already hanging out. Thanks for keeping your promise, Ryan. I hope this isn't too overwhelming of a commitment for you, making you dive headfirst into literature when you're not accustomed to it. Oh, come on. Like he deserves any slack. Sayuri told me you didn't even want to join any clubs this year, and then last year too. I don't know if you plan to just come here or hang out or what, but if you don't take us seriously, then you won't see the end of it. Natsuki, you certainly have a big mouth for someone who keeps her manga collection in the club room.
Natsuki finds herself stuck between saying Monica and manga.
Manga is literature.
Swiftly defeated, Natsuki plops back into her seat.
Don't worry, guys. Well, wait. Don't worry, guys. Ryan always gives it his best as long as he's having fun. He helps me with busy work without me even asking, like cooking, cleaning my room.
She's blushing.
Guys, look, she's blushing. How dependable. And sexy. Sayori, that's because your room is so messy it's distracting, and you almost set your house on fire once. Is that so? You two are really good friends, aren't you?
She's blushing.
I might... A girl is jealous over me. I might be a little jealous. How come? You and Ryan can be good friends too. Sayori.
As usual, Sayuri seems oblivious to the weird situation she just put me into.
Oh, Yuri even brought you something today, you know? Wait, Sayori.
Huh? Me?
Not really. Don't be shy. It's really nothing.
Oh, come on. What is it? Spill the beans.
Never mind. Sayori made it sound like a big deal, and it's really not. What do I do? I'm sorry, Yuri, I wasn't thinking.
I guess that means it's up to me to rescue this situation.
Hey, don't worry about it. First of all, I wasn't expecting anything in the first place. So any nice gesture from you is a pleasant surprise. It'll make me happy no matter what. Is that so?
Yeah, I will make it a big... Hold up. Mary, yeah, I will make it a big deal if you don't want it to be.
All right. Well, here.
Yuri reaches into her bag and pulls out a book.
I didn't want you to feel left out, so I picked out a book that I thought you might enjoy. It's a short read, so it should keep your attention, even if you don't usually read. And we could, discuss it if you wanted.
She's blushing. I'm blushing, and this isn't even a real person. How is this girl accidentally being so cute? She even picked out a book she thinks I'll like despite me not reading much.
Oh, Yuri, thank you. I'll definitely read this.
I enthusiastically take the book. Of course I would.
Phew. Well, you can read it at your own pace. I look forward to hearing what you think.
Now that everyone's settled in, I expect Monica to kick off some scheduled activities for the club. But that doesn't seem to be the case. Sayuri and Monica are having a cheery conversation in the corner. Yuri's face is already buried in a book. I can't help but notice her intense expression, like she was waiting for this chance. Meanwhile, Natsuki is rummaging around in the closet. I'm really curious to talk to Yuri a little bit more, but at the same time, I'd feel bad for distracting her from reading. I catch a glimpse of the cover of her book. It looks like the same book she lent to me. More than that, she seems to be on the first few pages. The music changed. The music changed. Oh, it's happening. Crap. I think she noticed me looking at her. She sneaks another glance at me and our eyes meet for a split second. My heart. That one makes her hide her face deeper in the book. I feel you, girl.
Sorry. I was just spacing out.
I mutter this, sensing I made her uncomfortable.
Oh, it's fine. If I was focused, then I probably wouldn't have noticed in the first place. But I'm just rereading a bit of this, so...
That's the book you gave me, right?
Mm-hmm. I wanted to reread some of it.
Not for any particular reason. She's blushing so hard. Oh my god. I'm anxious and I'm freaking out as though I was talking to a real person. Just curious, how come you have 2 copies of the same book? Well, when I stopped at the bookstore yesterday, it's not what I meant. I mean, I just happened to buy 2 of them. I see. There's something fairly obvious here that Yuri isn't telling me, but I decided to let it go. I'll definitely start reading it soon.
I'm glad to hear. Once it starts to pick up, you might have a hard time putting it down.
It's a very... I'm messing up on words, I apologize. If this is entertaining for you, well, good.
It's a very engaging and relatable story.
Oh, is that so? What's it about, anyway?
Well...
Yuri closes the book and scans her eyes over the back. The book is titled Portrait of Markov. Portrait of Markov. There's an ominous-looking symbol, eye symbol on the front cover.
All right. I just wanted to make sure I didn't accidentally give anything away. Basically, it's about this girl in high school who moves in with her long-lost younger sister. But as soon as she does, her life gets really strange. She gets targeted by these people who escaped from a human experiment prison. And while her life is in danger, she needs to desperately choose who to trust. No matter what she does, she ends up destroying most of her relationships, and her life starts to fall apart.
Oh, that's kind of dark, isn't it? Yuri made it sound like there was going to be a nice story, so that dark turn came from nowhere. Yuri gently giggles all of a sudden.
Oh, you're not a fan of that sort of thing, Ryan?
Oh, no, it's not that. In truth, I do love me a good dark story. I like Pixar, and then I also like dark. I'm a multi-layered person. I mean, I can definitely enjoy those kinds of stories, so don't worry.
I hope so.
I totally forgot that Yuri's into those things. She's so shy and reclusive on the outside, but her mind seems to be completely different.
It's just that those kinds of stories, they challenge you to look at life from a strange new perspective. When horrible things happen, not just because someone wants to be evil, but because they have their own goals or their own philosophy that they believe in. And suddenly, when you thought you related to the protagonist, they're made out to be the naive one for letting their one-sided morals interfere with the villain's plans. I'm rambling, aren't I? Not again. I'm sorry.
Hey, hold up. Mary, hey, don't apologize. I haven't lost interest or anything.
Well, I guess it's all right then, but I feel like I should let you know I have this problem. When I let things like books and writing fill my thoughts, I kind of forget to pay attention to other people. So sorry if I end up saying something strange. And please stop me if I start talking too much.
Well, I really don't think you need to worry. That just means you're passionate about reading. The least I can do is listen. It's a literature club, after all.
That's true.
In fact, I might as well get started reading it, right?
You don't have to.
Oh, well, what are you saying? Just a moment ago, you said you were looking forward to it. Let me just get the book. I quickly retrieve the book that I had put into my bag. All right, it's fine if I sit here, right? I slip into the seat next to Yuri's.
Yeah.
Are you sure? You seem a little apprehensive.
I'm sorry. It's not that I don't want you to. It's just something I'm not very used to. That is, reading in company with someone.
I see.
Right.
Well, just tell me if I end up distracting you or anything.
All right.
I open the book and I start to read, or whatever it said. I soon understand what Yuri means about reading in company. It's as if I can feel a presence over my shoulder as I read. It's not a particularly bad thing. Maybe a little distracting, but the feeling is somewhat comforting. Yuri's in the corner of my eye. I realize that she's not actually looking at her own book. I glance over. It looks like she's reading from my book instead.
Sorry, I was just...
Yuri, you really apologize a lot, don't you?
I do? I don't really mean to. Sorry. I mean...
Here, this should work, right? I slide my desk until it's up against Yuri's and hold my book more between the two of them.
I suppose so.
Yuri timidly closes her own copy. Once we each lean in a little bit, our shoulders are almost touching. It feels like my left arm is in the way, so I instead use my right hand to hold the book. I guess that makes it kind of difficult to turn the page.
Here.
That's so cute!
Okay. It's kind of distracting me. Yeah, it'd be distracting me too.
It's as if I can feel the warmth of Yuri's face and she's in the corner of my vision.
Are you ready?
Huh?
To turn the page.
Oh, sorry. I think I got a bit distracted for a second. I glance over Yuri's face again. Our eyes meet. I don't know how I'll be able to keep up with her.
That's okay. You're not as used to reading, right? I don't mean to be patient if it takes you a bit longer. It's probably the least I can do, since you've been so patient with me.
Yeah, thanks. We continue reading. Yuri no longer asks if I'm ready to turn the page. Instead, just as soon as she finishes the page before me, so I turn it by my own volition. Continue the first chapter in silence. Even so, turning each page almost feels like an intimate exchange. Why am I getting a semi-chubby right now? My thumb gently letting go of the page, letting it flutter over to her side as she catches it under her thumb.
Yuri, this might be a silly thought, but the main character kind of reminds me of you a little bit.
You think so? How does she?
Well, I guess she's more blunt in a lot of ways, but she also second-guesses all of the things that she says and does. Like, she's afraid she'll do something wrong. It's not like I can see into your head or anything, but they're kind of reminiscent of some of your mannerisms.
I see. Yuri remains silent for a moment. But Ryan, that's probably a terrible thing to have in common with her. That's so embarrassing that you think of that.
Oh, wait, I didn't mean it in a bad way or anything. Sorry, I really didn't know you were self-conscious about that sort of thing. I guess I meant that it's more kind of cute.
Boy, sliding into the DMs.
Whatever you kids say nowadays.
What are you saying all of a sudden? Okay, everyone. I think it's about time we share today's poems with each other. We might not have had enough time if we wait too long.
Yuri exhales, spared from finishing her thought.
No, I want to hear her thought!
Damn it, Monica.
Is he all right, Yuri? You look kind of down. I'm sorry if you haven't been looking forward to this.
It's fine. Yuri releases her hand from the book, causing it to close on top of my thumb.
All right. That was not the voice. I guess I'll do some more reading tonight. Or would you prefer I only read it with you?
I guess I don't have too much of a preference either way.
In that case, I'll read a little more tonight. Mary, it'll be more fun to read with you after it picks up, you know?
That's good reasoning. In that case, feel free to finish the first 2 chapters on your own.
All right.
I stand up. I make a mental note of where I left off in the book, then slip it back into my bag. Mental note? Me making a mental note? No.
By the way, did you remember to write a poem last night?
Yeah. My relaxation ends. I can't believe I agreed to do something so embarrassing. I couldn't really find much inspiration since I've never really done this before. Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you...
Well, now that everyone's ready, why don't you find someone to share with?
I have to share it with someone?
I can't wait.
So Yuri and Monica enthusiastically pull out their poems. So Yuri's is on a wrinkled sheet of loose leaf torn from a spiral notebook. On the other hand, Monica wrote hers in a composition notebook. I can already see Monica's pristine handwriting from where I sit. Natsuki and Yuri reluctantly comply as well, reaching to their bags. I do the same myself.
What did you... Yuri!
Yuri seems the most experienced, so I should start with her. I can trust her opinion to be fair. As Yuri reads a poem, I notice her eyes lighten. Exceptional.
Huh? What was that? Did I say that out loud?
Yuri first covers her mouth, but ends up covering her whole face.
She's so cute.
He's going to hate me.
You really didn't do anything wrong, Yuri.
Yeah? That's... I guess you're right. What am I getting so nervous for? Yuri takes a breath. So, what kind of writing experience do you have? Your use of imagery and metaphors indicates you've written a lot of poetry before.
Really? Wow, that's a huge compliment coming from you. This is actually my first time, really.
Huh? Yuri stares at me blankly, then looks at my poem again. Well, I know that. I just meant, Yuri trails off, unable to find an excuse. She traces her finger along the words in the poem, as if breaking it down more thoroughly. Yeah. Okay, this is the reason I was able to tell. It's just that there are specific writing habits that are usually typical of new writers. And having been through that myself, I kind of learned to pick up on them. I think the most noticeable thing I recognize in new writers is that they try to make their style very deliberate. In other words, they tend to pick a writing style separate from the topic matter, and they form fit the two together. The end result is both the style and the expressiveness are weakened. Once Yuri finds her train of thought, it's as if her demeanor totally changes. Her stammering is completely gone and she sounds like an expert. Of course, that's not something you can be blamed for. There are so many different skills and techniques that go into writing even a simple poem. Not just finding them and building them, but getting them to work together is probably the most challenging part. It might take you some time, but it all comes with practice and learning by example and trying new things. I also hope that everyone in the club gives you valuable feedback. Natsuki can be a little biased, though.
Bias? How?
Well... Never mind. I shouldn't be talking about people like that. Sorry.
It's fine.
I'm not sure if Yuri's apologizing to herself, to me, or to Natsuki. I'm waiting for my camera to stop recording because I know that the time limit is coming up, so... Oh, there it went.